What is up, guys, and welcome back to the Hammer Dance YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be helping you guys with fixing your blurry streams. I get a ton of comments every day. I get emails, I get DMs on Instagram and Twitter asking how to fix blurry streams. So, it has occurred to me that this is something that maybe not a lot of people know. So I'm going to go over a couple of quick things here to help you guys make your streams crystal clear. Speaking of streams, if you guys are trying to rebrand yourselves or maybe just pick up some new graphics, you guys need to check out the sponsor for today's video, Own.tv. Own.tv is the place to go, guys, if you're looking for some fresh new graphics for your stream. Whether you're on Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook gaming, you'll find something that's a perfect fit for your channel. They offer full themed overlay packages, which are great if you're trying to give your stream a complete makeover, but let's say you're just looking to pick up some new alert graphics. Don't worry, because they've got you covered there too. You could find single graphics such as alerts, banners, panels, and logos as well. And one of the best parts about most of these overlays is that they are completely modular. So if you and your friends all pick up the same overlay, such as this Rodan one right here, you can change the colors and tweak it to match your brand, and none of you will have the exact same overlay. If you guys are looking to take your stream to the next level, be sure to check out Own.tv using my link below to support the channel. Alright guys, so let's jump into it. There could be a couple of different reasons why your stream is blurry. The main thing being your encoder. So we're going to figure out which encoder you are using, which one you should be using, and then your bitrate plays a huge role in how blurry or how clear your stream actually is. You should be using different bit rates depending on the FPS value that you're streaming in, and also the type of game you're playing really changes what bitrate you should be using and even what resolution you should be streaming at sometimes. For lower to mid-tier machines, you do have to mess with these settings a little bit to get it just right. All right, so let's talk a little bit about your encoder. So you're going to have the X264 encoder, which is a software encoder. Basically, it is utilizing your CPU's power to encode your stream. This is fine if you're using a dual PC setup, or if you're on a single PC setup, you're going to want a really beefy CPU to use this option. You can run this option in very high quality settings, but you do need to have a very beefy CPU if you're on one PC. The other encoder that you guys are going to have there, if you have an NVIDIA GPU, is the NVIDIA NVENC H.264 new encoder. This encoder is a hardware encoder. It is using your graphics card if you have a 10 series or newer card, and basically utilizing your graphics card's power to encode your stream and putting no strain on your CPU whatsoever. So the better option here of the two, if you have this option, is to go with NVIDIA's NVENC H.264 encoder, simply because it's a lot less taxing on your machine. Not only that, but the quality that you can get out of NVIDIA's NVENC encoder is on par with X264. Don't get me wrong. Encoding with your CPU using that software encoder is optimal quality. That is like the best possible quality you can get, but you really can't tell a difference anymore between that and NVIDIA's encoder. So for anyone here who has an NVIDIA GPU, like I said, 10 series or later, I would definitely suggest using the NVENC encoder. It's going to be much less taxing on your machine. You're not going to drop frames in whatever game you guys are playing, so definitely use that encoder if you can. If you don't have an NVIDIA GPU, just stick to X264 and adjust the other settings accordingly. All right, guys, so the next thing I want to talk to you a little bit about here is your bitrate. So let's jump on over to Twitch's website, which is where you can find all this information in the help archives there. But I'm going to pull it up for you guys, and we're going to go through it together, and I'm going to explain it for you. Here we go. All right, guys, so we're going to take it from the top here. On the left side of this page is the NVIDIA NVENC H.264 encoder, the hardware encoder, and on the right side of this page right here, this is your X264 encoder using your CPU. Remember, that's the software encoder. So we're going to go from top to bottom here. There's very minimal differences between the two, but there are some differences, so pay attention. So for 1080p at 60 FPS, you should be streaming with a bitrate of 6,000. No more, no less. 6,000 is a solid bitrate to stream 1080 and 60 FPS using a keyframe interval of 2 seconds. Preset could be on quality, and B frames equals 2. Over on the X264 side for 1080 at 60 FPS, we're going to still be using that 6000 bitrate. We are going to be using the keyframe interval of 2 seconds again, and the preset can either be between very fast and medium. Obviously, going down to medium will bring up the quality a bit, but that is very taxing on your CPU, so keep that in mind. I would start at medium. If you start dropping frames or having encoding overload errors, bump it up to fast and then get to very fast eventually. But you want to keep that between very fast and medium there. And profile, you can put it on main or high, just see which one works for you. Jumping down to 900p at 60 FPS, we are going to be using a 6000 bitrate as well. Same exact settings as we had for the 1080p settings. The only thing that I want to, just make you guys understand here is this is where the type of game you're playing should kind of determine what resolution you're streaming in. So the difference between 1080 and 900p is very, very minimal. It's very hard to actually tell the difference. And if you're playing a more fast-paced game, especially first-person shooters like Call of Duty and stuff like that, you want to be in 900p range because it's a lot easier for your encoder to actually make 900p look clear in a fast-moving game than to get those extra pixels from the 1080p. You really won't see any difference when it comes to Twitch. I know a lot of you probably know that Tim the Tatman stream in 900p pretty much forever. So it makes a huge difference. Fast-paced games, guys, stream in 900p. All right, jumping down to 720p at 60 FPS, we have 4500 bitrate. Set your bitrate to 4500, keyframe interval 2 seconds, preset could be on quality, and B frames equals 2. Jumping over to the CPU encoder, the X264, we're going to be doing the exact same thing as we did for 900p. Preset should be between very fast and medium always, and profile main or high. I'm going to put a link to this also in the description of this video, guys, so you can kind of reference it when you need to. This is like one of the best things that Twitch has on their website. So next up, we have 720p at 30 FPS. We are going to be rocking a 3000 bitrate, as you can see right here. Keyframe interval 2 seconds. Preset could be on quality. B frames 2. Jumping over to the X264 side here, same exact thing. 3000 bitrate, keyframe interval 2 seconds. Preset very fast. Between that and medium, you should be fine, and a profile of main to high. So you never want to really go any crazier than that. If you drop below medium when it comes to your software encoder, it will destroy your machine, especially if you're on a single PC stream there. Dropping below medium, your computer will just lag out. It'll be a nightmare. But anyway, yeah. Next up on the list here is audio. I recommend streaming with an audio bitrate of 128, specifically because when you're streaming, it is uploaded and then compressed so much anyways, you kind of lose a lot of that 320 quality. So I would suggest keeping it at 128. This can affect your stream and make it choppy and make you drop frames as well. All right, I really hope that helped you guys a lot. When I found that, it like changed my life. My stream has been clear for a long time now, and you guys are constantly asking me in the comments and in DMs like how to make it not blurry. And this is pretty much the best advice that I can give you that's generic, that could work pretty much for all of you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button. That lets me know that you enjoyed it, and consider subscribing to the channel and turning on those post notifications so you don't miss the next time I post a video. A lot of you guys who watch my videos are not subscribed, so hit that subscribe button. Hit it right now. Hit that button. But anyways, guys, that's all from me. I want you to keep those hammers up, and I'll see you next time.